Hey everyone, Big Pauly back for a brand new video. Yes, it's time to take a look at everything that I've watched for the month of April. We're going to start it off in a moment, but I just want to say throughout the video I may change my appearance. Don't worry, not too much. Change of t-shirts, scruffier hair, forget to shave. Yeah, it's because I'm filming these segments across the entire month, rather than getting to the end of the month, then trying to remember what all the films I've seen are about. Because my memory's not that good. I'm getting old, you know. Okay, so let's start it off. Let's start it off with a bit of Elvis. Well, a bit of Priscilla. Yeah, so let's talk about Priscilla. Okay, so yeah, I'm over here. There's only one reason why I'm over here, because I don't have a physical copy of it. I did watch it on Mubi under a trial. I just wanted to check it out to see whether or not it was something that I was going to pick up when it, you know, eventually got a Blu-ray release. But I'll put a poster here so you can see that. Okay, so this film is directed by Sofia Coppola and stars Jacob Elordi as Elvis and also Kaylee Spaney as Priscilla. And it focuses mainly on Priscilla growing up. When Elvis first met her when he was stationed in Germany, she was about 14, I think, and he was something like 18. And it shows the forming relationship. I've got to say, the first kind of like introduction, it kind of came across as a little bit creepy. A bit uneasy, but as far as we know, nothing really creepy happened, and they were just friends, best friends, for a couple of years until Priscilla became of age, and then, you know, the relationship went a bit further. Now, a couple of things to note in this film is that you won't find any Elvis music at all in the film. Yeah, I know the film is about Priscilla, but Elvis Presley Enterprises refused to let them use any music in the film. They didn't give their approval, so they had to rely on other kind of music, mainstream music for that time period. Before the film's release, Lisa Marie Presley voiced her disapproval of the film, and that she was going to speak out about the film. So it showed her father in a very creepy, manipulative kind of character. And unfortunately, she actually passed away 4 months after that, so she never got to, you know, put her back in behind it and voice her opinion. But the film is slow. It's a slow film. We don't get any Elvis performances because it's all about Priscilla. It's just about her sitting at home in Germany, occasionally meeting up with Elvis, him coming over to the house, and then eventually she moves to Graceland, and he's out touring. He's back out touring now and making movies. She stays at home twiddling her thumbs, and it just shows it shows a controlling side, that Elvis was a total control freak and a manipulator, and I'm sure there isn't any truth in that. I mean, I didn't meet him, but from people's opinions and from what Lisa Marie Presley said, I think the story has been manipulated a little bit. There is a really great use of Dolly Parton's song "I Will Always Love You" right at the end, which for me, that was the highlight of the film. So it was okay. It wasn't anything special. There's much better films out there to do with the Elvis and Priscilla. I mean, if you want to watch a film with Elvis, I mean, Austin Butler. I know people will say Kurt Russell, Austin Butler, that is a great Elvis film. So yeah, it was just okay. For me, it's going to be a one-time watch because it was slow, and it did kind of put Elvis in a really bad light, and showed him to be really manipulative. Yeah. So anyway, that's my thoughts. I'm glad I did watch it on streaming, so I'm not going to buy the physical release. As I say, it's only a one-time watch for me. And if I want to watch something about the Presley enterprise, then I will watch Elvis with Austin Butler. So there we go. Right, okay, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, so next up we have the Planet of the Apes trilogy. Yes, with Andy Serkis. I watched these in 4K. So I watched Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and War for the Planet of the Apes as well. This, in my opinion, is a perfect trilogy. The same as Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. You just follow the story of Caesar, where the first film in Rise starts out with James Franco, who's creating this drug to combat Alzheimer's for his father, played by John Lithgow. And it backfires and starts to infect humans. We then move to Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, where Gary Oldman is in charge of trying to destroy the apes. They're living up in the forests, in the hills. They just want to keep to themselves. The humans want to keep to themselves. But you've got Cobra, who's one of the apes. He's kind of like a rogue, a mercenary. And he kills, or he thinks he kills, Caesar. And leads the apes into war with the humans. And all the humans were trying to do is get access to like a dam so that they can get power going again. War for the Planet of the Apes is my favourite, definitely my favourite. It's perfection, absolute perfection, that film is. That's not to take anything away from the other two films, but it is just such a perfect film. We follow Caesar and some other apes as they do a road trip to go and find this colonel who's intent on wiping out the apes. The colonel, played by Woody Harrelson, brilliantly acted there. And they find like this makeshift prison camp with lots of apes, and they're all having to do manual labour to build this massive wall. Because the colonel is at war with other humans who want to remove him from power. And of course, you've got all the apes stuck in the middle there, but they're using the apes as tools to build this wall. Now, I've got to say, for War for the Planet of the Apes, it looks absolutely stunning. The cinematography is amazing, both at night and during the daytime. That beautiful scene in the snow with like the cherry blossoms, and the landscape at the end, the desert landscape, and it just looks fantastic. Andy Serkis is a genius. I think he's better as Caesar. I think it's his best role as Caesar, as opposed to Gollum or even King Kong. I think he's got more to do in these three films. And there's greater expression, and the acting is absolutely perfect. So, yeah, this is a perfect trilogy. It's now pumped me up so much to watch Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which I believe is set a couple of 100 years after War for the Planet of the Apes. So we'll get to see how they've progressed. And yeah, well, I can't wait for it. Yeah, brilliant. So this is the Planet of the Apes trilogy. Absolutely fantastic, in my opinion. Perfect trilogy. Okay, next up we have 1986 classic film from James Cameron. Yes, we have Aliens, newly arrived in 4K. Now, this is a classic film. I actually do prefer watching the special edition, but I know a few people that prefer the original cut of it. It just throws the extra gaps in, and it kind of splices it together to make it a little bit more interesting, and we get a bit more backstory on Newt's, parents. But yes, this is basically a war film in space. We've got Aliens, you know, it's literally a sequel directly to the original Alien. So it's like watching Rogue One, then watching Star Wars. It's like watching Alien and then Aliens. It continues straight on. Cast in this, fantastic. Bill Paxton, hilarious. I'm not going too much into the story because it's Aliens. We all know what it's about. Yeah, and a good proportion of us have said it many times before. For the 4K, I was really impressed with the 4K. I don't think it's as clean as The Abyss, but it's really good. It's really good. It's a really good cut. We've got Dolby Atmos soundtrack. Unfortunately, I didn't feel too much on the overheads of the Dolby Atmos. But the surrounds were really good. The scene when Ripley and Newt were in like the medical unit, and you can hear a face hugger crawling around behind you, so that was quite good. Yeah, lots of use of the bass for the Dolby Atmos. It just looks great. It did look great. It has been cleaned up. There's a lot less grain. There's pretty much hardly any grain that you can see, but I couldn't tell that there'd been any tampering with like DNR. Now, I mean, I'm going by what I can see. In the cinema room here, I only have a 43-inch LED TV, so I can't say for certain what there is there, because somebody on like a 70-inch OLED might see something a lot clearer than me, but I'm only going by my eyes and what I saw on that screen. In the pitch black here, because I had the curtains closed, it looked great. The blacks were black. The detail was good. There wasn't too much smoothing of the face. You can see the detail in people's faces in some scenes. There was a little bit of smoothing here and there, but nothing to detract from the film. But yeah, I thought it was really good, a great throwback, and it was great seeing it in probably the best format we're ever going to get it. I don't think we're ever going to get it in a better format than this now. So yeah, if you've got the old Aliens in the box set, I would upgrade it, because I have done a comparison also with the Blu-ray in this against the previous Blu-ray. And the older Blu-ray has a lot more grain in it, and I felt it didn't have. I felt the blacks weren't as black as the new Blu-ray, so I would definitely upgrade it for that. But yeah, there we go. So that is Aliens. That's a definite recommendation to put alongside The Abyss and True Lies. Yeah, great fun for 2 hours and 37 minutes. I think it is the special edition. It did not feel like it. It just flew by. There was no slow moments in this film. Every character is engaging. You can see all the sweat beads on Hudson's face, and you can see all the rippling muscles in Vasquez's arms. Yes, so there we go. So that is Aliens on 4K. Definitely a recommendation and an upgrade. Okay, so last up to talk about is the film Baghead. Yes, this is from the producer of It and Barbarian. Just want to say thank you to the guys over at Fetch Publicity for sending this over to me to review. I actually forgot they were sending it to me, and I actually bought it. Yeah, and then their copy turned up. So I've had a word with the guys, and they said it's perfectly fine for me to put this one into a giveaway. So have a look on the Big Pauly live stream this coming Sunday, and I'll be doing a giveaway for that one. Yes, so Baghead. This stars Freya Allen, who's about to be seen on the biggest screen possible, IMAX, in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And this tells the story of a young woman called Iris, who inherits this old decrepit pub from her father, who's recently died. Now, there's a bit of a secret, because there's something down in the basement. Now, whoever owns the pub also owns what's down in the basement. Yes, and that is this creature that lives in the wall down there and comes out and grants people wishes to talk to their, you know, their long lost loved ones, their dead loved ones, but you only get 2 minutes to do it. The more that this creature is brought out of the wall, the more they have power over the people. And this young guy called Neil comes to the pub and asks Iris if he can actually see this creature in order to talk to his dead wife and find out why she left him. Iris also has questions for her father, the previous owner of the pub, and who kind of like left her when she was young. She has questions about, like, you know, why they never had a relationship and why he never contacted her, and why he died as well. So yeah, there we go. So that is Baghead. I actually thought it was okay. I thought it was entertaining. Yeah, there was maybe one or two jump scares. Most of the film was set in this basement. The visuals were good. It was very dark and claustrophobic in parts of the basement. The pub looked like it was on its last legs, very dirty and grubby. And the colour palettes were very, very dark and kind of gloomy and dirty to it. The audio, I watched it with Dolby Atmos, and that was actually really good, especially down in the basement where you get this creature crawling across the ceiling, and I got sounds everywhere, behind, all above, all in front. So the audio on the Dolby Atmos was really good. So yeah, I was really entertained by it. The film is not very long, it's only 95 minutes long. It is available on digital platforms, also DVD and the Blu-ray as well, which you can pick up. But overall, yeah, I had fun. I thought this was quite an entertaining little horror film. So there we go. That is it. Yeah, I know it's not a lot, is it? Well, unfortunately, when you have a life, things get in the way and you don't get to see everything you want to see. But I'm hoping to watch a few more films soon anyway, this coming month. But hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like it by giving it some thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, comment and share. See you on the next video very soon. Bye bye.